How's it going, class? It's Mr. Soto, and today I'm going to go over how to place an image from a photo into another photo using Photoshop. So first, we're going to want to start with opening our image. So you just go to the File Open tab on the top and select the image. I selected the one that I want to place into an image is a picture of my cat. So I'm going to go ahead and open the other image, which I just found on Google Images. I just Googled scenic pictures and I got a picture of a mountain, which I'm going to open up in a new tab. I'm not going to worry about this for a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and focus on my cat. So as you can see, I have, there's a lot of tools to the left here. There's the move tool, rectangular marquee tool, the magnetic lasso tool, quick selection, crop, eyedropper, etc. There's a whole bunch of tools that are really useful when you're doing different operations in Photoshop. But today, we're going to be focusing on the magnetic lasso. First, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit because I'm going to want to be close to make sure that I'm getting all the details of my cat. So what the magnetic lasso is, well, the magnetic lasso takes edges of an image or an area in your image and snaps onto it due to the contrast compared to what is next to it. So as you can see right here, right next to my tail, the tail of the cat, you can see that the TV is a different color, and therefore Photoshop recognizes this and only snaps onto the parts that I want. So I'm going to go ahead and start right here on the bottom. And you want to be careful when you're doing this. It snaps on very well actually. So on the outer edges it's not going to take as long, but once you get closer to the top it gets a little more detailed. So as you can see, I'm kind of just taking this at a nice speed, making sure that I hit everything that I need to. Be careful when you're going around the ears or a place like this because sometimes it can snap a little bit crazy and that might ruin your image. So once you get, as you can see here, there's a little whisker. So what you can do to make sure that you get exactly what you want is when you get to the top, you can press your mouse. And by pressing your mouse, it automatically selects that area once you press it. So this is nice when you're going through little detailed patches that the computer is having a hard time determining what is what you want. So this gives you a little control and just helps you out a lot. So as you can see here, once I get around a lot of the whiskers, I'm going to be wanting to click this a lot to make sure that I'm getting all of the image that I want. Alright, so I'm going to work on this until I finish this up, and you finish it by, you have to complete a whole revolution around the cat and meet back up in the position that you started. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this, and I'll continue with my lesson once I finish lassoing the cat. Alright, so as you can see, once I met it to the start that I began, it creates a border around my selection. And this is just indicating that I selected that area. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the Move tool. And once I get the Move tool, you can see that it takes out the cat completely and leaves white in the background because the camera couldn't capture the light behind it, so it leaves it white. So what I'm going to want to do is drag the cat over into the other tab, and I can just go ahead and place it on the mountains. I can move it around anywhere in this, as you can see, but I don't know, I feel like it's a little too big for this photo. So what can I do? Well, if you go to the Edit tab and you go to Transform and Scale, you can rescale the size of your picture to the desired size. So I kind of want it I feel like that's just about right. So I'm going to go back to I'm going to go apply the transformation and go back to the Move tool right over here. So I'm going to go ahead and drag my cat over onto this perch because it looks like it's pondering some things in life. So you know what, I'm gonna actually go ahead and write a title. And if you go over to the left menu, you can see that there's a little T, and that's how you write in Photoshop. So I'm gonna go ahead and write right there, and I can change my font by going on the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and just press something that I think looks good. I'm gonna make it bold, and let's make it 16 font so you can see it. I'm gonna name this photo The Thinking Cat. I'm gonna actually go ahead and move this a little bit. Well, I spelled thinking wrong. Let's go back to text so I can edit that. It's a little too big for this, so I'm going to actually size it down to 14 font. And there we go, it fits very nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and move this right here. And there we go, I have a new photo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go File, Save As, and when I do this, I'm going to go ahead and save it as a TIFF. You can save it as a JPEG or something else, but you're going to want to stay away from the Photoshop because that's going to be saving it as a Photoshop file. So I'm going to be naming this photo The Thinking Cat. I'm going to go ahead and save it onto my desktop. So just press save, and now you have a finished photo. So once I go into my desktop, I can open up The Thinking Cat. And you know what? I really am liking this picture. So I'm going to go ahead and set this as my desktop picture. So there you guys have it. A new nice wallpaper. And I made it personally. It's very easy. So just, if you guys have any questions, you can ask me in class or email me. But I want you guys to really get to know how to use this tool because we're going to be using this in the near future. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in class.